In the grand arena of the galactic Concord, beneath the harsh purple lights that simulated an alien sun, stood a human girl. Her name was Jane, and she was 17 standard cycles old. Not that age mattered much to the roaring crowd of six-limbed Tressians and floating void dwellers who had paid good credits to watch a Deathworlder fight. Commander Grek of the Concord fleet observed from the VIP section, mandibles clicking in disapproval. "This is barbaric. She's just a child." His companion, Ambassador Lore, blinked his three eyes nervously. "The humans insist she volunteered. Something about proving Earth's worth to join the Concord." Below, Jane stood motionless. She was short for a human, with dark hair pulled back, tightly against her scalp. She wore a simple gray jumpsuit with Earth printed across the back. No armor, no weapons. Just bare hands and the infamous Deathworlder physiology that made humans both fascinating and terrifying to the rest of the galaxy. Her opponent entered from the opposite gate. Draz was the undefeated champion of the Tressian combat pits. 8 feet tall, covered in chitinous plates with 4 muscular arms ending in razor-sharp talons. The crowd erupted as he raised his upper limbs, showing off the trophy bones of previous opponents woven into his crest. "Poor girl," whispered Commander Grek. "Humans may be Deathworlders, but they're not invincible." The match official, a hovering drone, descended between the fighters. "Combat will continue until submission, incapacitation, or death. Begin!" Draz didn't waste time. He charged forward, all 4 arms ready to strike. Jane remained still, her expression neutral. When he reached her, his upper right talon slashed across her face. Blood trickled down Jane's cheek. She didn't flinch, didn't blink, didn't move. Draz hesitated, confused by her lack of reaction. He struck again, this time with his lower left, catching her shoulder. More blood. Still, Jane stood motionless. The arena fell silent. "What's happening?" Lore whispered. Grek leaned forward. "I don't know." Draz circled Jane, clicking and hissing in his native tongue. The universal translators picked up fragments. "Fight back. And are you broken?" Jane's eyes tracked him, but she made no move to attack or defend. Another strike came, across her arm, then another across her torso. Small cuts, testing her. Blood stained her gray jumpsuit, yet her expression never changed. In the stands, a human representative named Tom stood up. "She's using psychological warfare," he explained to the aliens around him. "On Earth, we call it taking the hit." Draz grew more agitated. His strikes became harder, faster. Jane absorbed each one, bleeding from a dozen small wounds now, but never flinching, never crying out. Her eyes remained locked on Draz, steady and calm. The alien champion backed away, clicking rapidly in distress. He struck the ground with his talons, trying to provoke a reaction. Nothing. Jane simply watched him, blood dripping from her fingertips. Then Draz did something unexpected. He dropped to his knees, 2 arms flat on the ground, the universal gesture of submission among his kind. The crowd gasped. "Why?" asked Ambassador Lore, bewildered. "She hasn't even fought back." Tom smiled. "She didn't need to. Draz comes from a hive species where pain response is immediate and universal. If you hurt a Tressian, they react. They can't help it. It's instinctive, hardwired into their nervous system. It's how they communicate danger to the hive." He pointed at Jane. To him, she's not just strong, she's incomprehensible. A creature that feels pain but doesn't respond to it, breaks every rule he understands about life. He believes she can't be defeated because she can't be understood. Jane finally moved. She walked forward slowly, blood still dripping from her wounds, and extended her hand toward the kneeling champion. Draz flinched but didn't move as she placed her palm against his crest. "I accept your surrender," she said, her voice clear across the suddenly silent arena. "May we learn from each other's strength." The match official drone descended. Victory to Earth by submission. As medics rushed to treat Jane's wounds, Commander Grek turned to Tom. "Was this your plan all along? To win without fighting?" Tom shook his head. Jane was fully prepared to fight. But humans have learned over thousands of years on our death world that sometimes the strongest weapon is the mind. The willingness to endure pain without breaking, that's what kept our species alive through ice ages and predators and wars. Lore looked disturbed. But the girl, she's hurt. Superficial wounds. Nothing compared to what some humans endure in daily life on Earth. Our gravity alone would crush most species in this arena. In the medical bay, Jane sat calmly as a doctor sealed her wounds. Draz entered cautiously, accompanied by his handlers. He approached Jane and placed a small object on the bed beside her, a fragment of his own crest, freely given. He asks how, the translator said. How did you stand there and take the pain? Jane looked up at the towering alien. Pain is temporary, pride is forever. On Earth, we learn early that some things are worth bleeding for. Draz clicked softly. The Deathworlder did not need to strike me to defeat me. This is wisdom my kind has never known. News of the match spread quickly throughout the Conquered. Footage of the human girl who didn't flinch became the most viewed recording in galactic history. A week later, Earth's application for membership was approved unanimously. As Jane prepared to return home, Commander Grek found her at the spaceport. You've changed how the galaxy sees humans, he said. They feared you as savages before. Now they fear you as warriors with minds as strong as your bodies. Jane smiled for the first time since arriving. That was the point, Commander. On Earth we have a saying, they judge you by what you can endure, not just by what you can do. As her ship departed carrying Earth's newest hero home, Grek couldn't help but wonder what other surprises these Deathworlders might bring to the Conquered. One thing was certain. Underestimating humans would be a grave mistake. They had proven they could win battles without striking a single blow. Sometimes the most dangerous predator was the one that didn't need to show its teeth.